Mumbai, hello India. My name is James Wolstenholme and I play the role of Miss Trunchbull in Matilda the musical, and I am so excited to be bringing this phenomenal show to Mumbai, to India, very soon. Quite a long process, I suppose. I train hard in the gym, keeping myself physically strong and fit because it is such a demanding role physically, but also because I have the addition of the costume, the bodysuit, all of that, which weighs approximately 8.5 kilos. And so carrying that around all night, each show, is tough. So yeah, I train in the gym. I make sure I look after, what I eat. I am hot on hydration, which I know is going to be a big thing when I come to Mumbai as well. The whole company, all of us together, have a big physical warm-up on stage, so we get our bodies going. And we also do a vocal warm-up on stage, and that's very important for me. I have to look after my voice to play the role, for the spoken side of it, the singing side of it. So those steps before the show that we all do together are really important. I then don't appear on stage for about half an hour, so then I have to keep that going, keep my voice moving, making sure it's in the right place, that I'm warm, physically as well, keeping myself moving. So I do a lot of extra stuff backstage before I then arrive on stage in my first scene. I mean, there's no secret, Miss Trunchbull is a villain. She is a dark, evil character. Evil to everybody, really, within the show. In fact, I think the only positive thing she ever says about anybody is about Mr. Wormwood, who she's met once. I myself am not. So I find it a challenge, but I love it because it's so different to me. And it's so good to kind of go there, to go as dark as possible and make her as evil as possible. So I find that the most sort of intriguing, fun part. Challenging wise, it is probably the physical side of it. It's very tiring. I very much enjoy the moment when the show is finished, we've said goodbye to you, we've done our bows, we've said goodbye to you all, and we leave. I go straight to my dressing room, and I'm very fortunate. I have a wonderful team of people that when I arrive, they're there ready to take the costume off me, take the bodysuit off me, the makeup comes off, the wig comes off. That's my favorite part, is when the wig gets prized off my head. And that's where I kind of think, okay, end of Miss Trunchbull for tonight. So yeah, that's a big moment for me actually, of sort of shedding her. And shedding that weight, and it feels like the evilness leaves with that. And then, I leave the theatre, I go back to wherever I'm staying, and I have some relaxing time, some chill time. I like to read. I like to kind of get away from the show, read, go to maybe a different story, a different world, and that helps me to settle down and let go of what's just happened. I remember playing the role in London one time, and in London Miss Trunchbull exits a couple of times through the audience, which is a little bit different. And I remember walking off the stage, and as I turned to address the cast back on stage, and I speak to them again, it looks like that she's leaving, but she doesn't. She turns and she speaks to them again. And as I did that, out the corner of my eye, I saw a little girl, I don't know, maybe 6 years old, and she scarpered across the seats. She ran over the other audience members because she was so terrified that Miss Trunchbull had stopped right next to her and spoken. She screamed and she ran, which was slightly distracting because then the rest of the audience found that hilarious, and I had to very much, stay in character, stay in the moment. But yeah, I was very aware of this child. And that happens a lot, actually. On the tour so far, I've noticed quite a few times some children who do get a bit scared, not very often, and quite quickly they realise that it's a story, it's a character. But yeah, sometimes I do hear the odd scream, or sometimes people shout, children shout out, "You're mean, you're horrid, leave Matilda alone," these sorts of things. It's all there. It's all in the writing. It's in the script. It's in the music. It's in the costume and everything. So that comedic side of Miss Trunchbull, I never try to play that. I never think, oh, this is a funny moment, I should be funny here, because that doesn't work. All you can do as an actor and playing the role is to be truthful, play the truth of the moment, and if there is comedy there, let that just come out with the script. Dennis Kelly, who wrote the script, is a genius with words, as is Tim Minchin, who wrote the music and the lyrics. And you just have to allow that to be funny or dark. And don't try to, I don't try to push that. Also with the dark side of Miss Trunchbull, it's very tempting to be very angry and shouty all the time. However, sometimes in her darkness, she becomes very quiet and very still. And I think of those moments sometimes like a shark on the hunt. You know, that shark is moving slowly. It doesn't necessarily bite all the time. So for me, that's how I approach that feeling of the darkness and the intensity. And then, as I say, the look of her and the language that she uses can be very comical. They remember Miss Trunchbull's role within Matilda's journey and Matilda's story, because that's all of these characters in the show are all created, designed, imagined through the eyes of Matilda, and hopefully for the audience, particularly the children, through the eyes of a child. So I hope that when they go away, they remember Miss Trunchbull through the eyes of Matilda, and they remember my portrayal of the role as what Matilda sees her as, which is this big, dark, evil character. So that's what I hope they take away, and they remember that this is this evil character through the eyes of Matilda. And I just really hope that the audiences in Mumbai love the show as much as I do, as much as we do as a company. I'm sure they're going to love it. I'm sure they're going to love it. And as I said, we can't wait to be there and to see you all from the stage. How exciting. And thank you very much.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.